House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Happy Giving Tuesday, everybody. This is House to Home, and Gina, Liz, and myself, Jason, are very, very honored to be contributing on this day of giving. And we are so unbelievably blessed, and it's all we can do to just encourage you to do the same on this International Day when we all give back. And I wanted to invite my two best friends of real estate because not only are they business leaders, mothers, grandmothers, inspiring great grandmothers. Yeah, thank you. Great. You're both great people. You're great Guamanians, let me say so. And part of that is because of your genuine devotion to community service and for making our community great. So maybe to start out with, talk about how you actually, or what motivates you to get involved and to give back to this community that we all call home.
You want to start, Gina?
Honestly, for me, it's like it's a given. You receive and you give back. So it's kind of like, how can you not give back somehow, whatever way you can? Within my family, in our family, I always tell my brother, so I'm the oldest of seven, there's seven of us. And I always tell my brothers and sisters that you give what you can. It's not going to be the same from everybody. But you try to contribute, whether it's talent or time or money or whatever, you give what you can, whatever that is. So, so our mentality, and this is Liz's mentality as well, I know it is that's not just in your family setting, but you take that to work with you. You give what you can.
I think the important thing is try to make some form of a difference every day. I think when Gina and I started the show, one of the things we were doing was promoting properties, but that felt empty. It didn't feel fulfilling. But I do know for myself and Gina that the moment we started talking about providing information, and then we get feedback regarding the information we give every week, and that people listen in, that felt fulfilling. It felt like, hey, we're making a difference in our own community. Not only that, I think Gina and I, talk about different topics, not necessarily just real estate. Sometimes it has to do with a bill or a law that affects the community. And when we feel strongly about it, we talk about it and we try to educate the community. Hey, speak up. These are issues that affect everyone. But again, in just doing that, it's giving back to our community. So what do they say? When you give, you receive twofold, and it's bigger when it comes back. I was just, today we were standing in line at Starbucks, and the gentleman in front of me had his credit card they couldn't charge it. So I just told the woman, hey, don't worry about it. I'll pay for it. The guy just gave me a big hug afterwards. And that was really, it was fulfilling just to see someone smile.
So if you don't mind, Liz, since you're out there at Starbucks, if you could give me a triple shot mocha latte macchiato with a little bit of cinnamon on top of the whipped cream, and I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture and I'll get you a Starbucks mug. How's that?
Wonderful. And one thing I'd like to point out is that both of you, and you have said this repeatedly on the show, is both of you are also women of great faith. And you take those lessons and the benefits of if you are in a position where you're someone who's blessed, or even if you're just an average person, being able to help people when they are in their greatest time of need. That's something that you teach to your children, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, and also to the people that work for you and the people that you work with. So where does this innate sense of being able to, if there was an opportunity to give, to do so? I mean, where does that come from you, Gina? Who taught that to you?
Well, of course. I mean, that it started at home, right? My brothers and sisters, we grew up with my mom, especially during the holidays. And I come from a poor family. I mean, I can honestly say that. And my mom still made an effort to drive around and give whether it was taro or if she harvested tapioca, or if one of her brothers or a relative got a lot of fish and gave it to her, she would make my dad drive around to go drop it off to so-and-so's house and so-and-so's house and so-and-so's house. And she literally gave more than she could afford to give. I know that for a fact. That was my mom. And so we grew up witnessing this, and being young, it was like, Mom. But now you grow up and you realize, yeah, that's what it's about. And it doesn't matter how much you have, honestly. It's that you take time, and as I said, it doesn't have to be things. It could be your talent. And I think, you also get that because, like you said, Liz and I are real strong believers. We believe in Jesus Christ, and we believe that, you contribute whatever it is that you can contribute. It doesn't have to be money. Contribution isn't always about money. Sometimes it could just be about time or whatever extra you have, if you could give. And I think, I want to promote that in our community, that we think everything now is about money. Money helps a lot, and there are some things you can't fix if we can't find a way to organize money to take care of it. And that's one of the reasons we created, the Children's Ark, is because we realize that sometimes our time cannot fix the problem. It's going to have to be money. But yeah, I think we got that from home, and we got that from our faith. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and you mentioned, and the man himself, I know, said, and it is in the good book, that how you treat the least of my brothers is the way you treat me. So that is a very telling lesson for all of us. And Liz, I know you remember that passage of scripture because, of course, you're a graduate from Academy. But in all of the different ways that and your own resume is 10 miles long, stretches from Manila all the way and ends up in like in East Agana Bay, all the things you've done. But why did you pick this particular charity to start with the Children's Ark and really trying to encourage your fellow Guamanians to help out the foster children of Guam?
I think Gina, it was actually Gina's idea. And we did a fundraiser for one of the kids, whose siblings had passed, and they needed some help. Luckily, we raised over 5,000 for that particular project, and we did it through a car wash, and we distributed tickets. The objective was to raise as much as we can. I know with some of the foundations out there, they only may give 500 to 1,000, but that really does not make a dent in, and even the 5,000, I think, is helpful, may not make a big dent, but still something more than at least 500 to 1,000 definitely makes a big difference. So with Children's Ark, we didn't want to give small amounts. We wanted to have impact so that it'll help them with their housing or with some parts of their medical bill. I know many years ago, one of our friends, Gina and I did a fundraiser because she had a big bill for medical expenses. And we did raise quite a bit of money, but it was a big effort, pulling in friends and family to help pull that together. So, hey, anything is possible if you put your mind and your heart in it. And, it's all about having impact and making that difference for people.
What's also remarkable, I just realized this, is each of you respectively, your wonderful husbands are your partners, not only in life but also in your charitable works. And I know, like Liza, your husband John, Hafa Uncle John, happy holidays.
He's saying
there he is. But how important is that you incorporate your better halves and the men to whom you have married into these projects, to these decisions to do good things in the community?
Well, we have wonderful spouses. I don't think Gina and I would be where we are today if it weren't for our other halves, who really
You didn't say better half, your other
half. Our other halves who have such big hearts, and they're very supportive. We're not different personalities for sure, but when we come together, what is that saying? The individual parts are not as good. When you put the two together,
Yep.
it has bigger impact.
Gina, how about you and Leonard?
No, honestly, there definitely are. They complete the picture. I mean, we need them. Like Leonard balances me out for sure. If I didn't have him around, I don't know what Liz would do with me. He really balances me out. So I think that's where, we really do, the dynamics is there because we balance each other out. And I think even the four of us together, we all balance each other out. It's funny because Liz just reminded me last week how long we've been together as partners. I joined Liz's office in 1999 and it's 2022. So, we've come a long ways and we've been working hard together. And we just kind of like gel, we don't really need to talk about a lot of stuff all the time. So our decision making is like, we just kind of decide and we come together and okay, it was a good decision. We agree. And that's how it is with our marriages. Like Leonard and I don't have to talk about everything, but when we do make a decision, it just comes together. And I'm glad that our hearts are in the right place because I think if he didn't, I think if the four of us didn't see things the way we see things, the way our mind and our heart operates, I don't think our partnership would be so good. But we really, truly balance each other in so many different ways. So I think that's why we're all still together, both in marriage and in partnership. Well, right, Liz?
Definitely the four of you, and in particular, like the two of you, because I know the two of you so well that obviously I can make these references with all confidence and with with the realization that you guys are doing wonderful things, and and you're not seeking recognition or acknowledgement. You do it because you genuinely believe and you realize that the strength of what we have here on Guam is community, and you have like-minded interests. And maybe that's the one thing that we want to get everybody as we wrap up is if you want to get involved with foster children, that's wonderful. If you want to get involved with donations or fundraising, as Liz and Gina have, if you want to help raise SAT scores for kids, if you want to show kids how to paint Easter eggs or make Fabergé eggs and everything, do whatever your passion is and give back to Guam like in that way, because you will make our island better. And Liz and Gina are shining examples of that by finding each other, having forming a community with them and their husbands, and and making Guam better. So gosh, hey. You guys.
And Jason, it's the little things. It doesn't always have to be the big things. We could start with the little things every day that makes a difference. And can I say, we're talking about how compatible we are. Do it's our differences that makes it so great. It's not that we're that we're so alike. It's actually the opposite. We are so different. And that's what makes our partnership so great.
There you go. Well, we're pleased and proud of our partnership with you, Gina and Liz, and all of your team down there at Remax Diamond Realty, and you, Uncle John. So we're very, very happy to share this Giving Tuesday with you.
He's waving in the background.
All right, I believe it. So thank you, the both of you. We love you, and happy Giving Tuesday.
Happy Giving Tuesday.
All right, Biba Remax. God bless you guys.
Viva KOAM.
Thank you.